someone there. Kill him!
Who's there? I'm staying out of this.
Hey, watch what you're doing. Are you prepared to die?
Enough of you!
Cleared out, I guess.
What is it? Dragons?
Whatever you need. My smear if it's simple and strong. I can forge it. What do you want?
Delphine. Why? It's good to see you. It's been a long time.
It's good to see you too, Esper. It's been too long, old friend. Too long. Well, then. You made it safe and sound. Good. Come on, I have a place we can talk. Orgnar, hold down the bar for a minute, will you?
Yeah, sure.
This way.
We are bonded now, you and I, joined through the powers of the void.
Now then, I assume you know about...
Oh yes, Dragon Ball. Indeed, yes. Oh, this changes everything, of course. There's no time to lose. We must locate these. Let me show you. I know I had it here somewhere. Be gone.
Esbern, what?
Give me just a moment. Here it is. Come, let me show you. You see, right here, Skyhaven Temple. Constructed around one of the main Akaviri military camps in the Reach during their conquest of Skyrim.
Do you know what he's talking about?
Shh! This is where they built Aldrin's Wall, to set down in stone all their accumulated dragon lore. A hedge against the forgetfulness of centuries. Lead on. A wise and foresighted policy. In the event, despite the far-reaching fame of Aldrin's Wall at the time, one of the wonders of the ancient world, its location was lost.
Esbern, what are you getting at?
You mean, you don't mean to say you haven't heard of Aldrin's Wall? Either of you?
Let's pretend we haven't. What's Alduin's Wall, and what does it have to do with stopping the dragons?
Aldrin's Wall was where the ancient blades recorded all they knew of Aldrin and his return. Part history, part prophecy. His location has been lost for centuries, but I found it again. Not lost, you see, just forgotten. The Blade's archives held so many secrets. I was only able to save a few scraps.
So you think that Alduin's Wall will tell us how to defeat Alduin?
Speaker for the Black well, yes, but there's no guarantee, of course. Listener.
Skyhaven Temple it is, then. I knew you'd have something for us, Esbern. I know the area of the Reach that Esbern's talking about, near what's now known as Karthspire, in the Karth River Canyon. We can meet you there, or all travel together. Your call. Your call. Might be safer to travel separately. Don't worry, I'll get Esbern there in one piece. We'll wait for you near Karthspire. Good luck.
And vengeance festers in the sun.
Let's kill someone.
I am your sword and your... Very good, sir. And...
Break that loot across by me, and if the Doctor chooses to fight, why then I set his clothes alight.
My listener.
This looks promising.
Yeah, definitely early Akaviri stuff.
They've got to get this bridge down.
Before return.
Something to do with it.
Yes, these are Akaviri symbols. Here, let's see. You have the symbol for king and warrior, and of course the symbol for dragon.
The Dread
That's the
Father
one
works
with a
through
sort of
me.
arrow shape pointing
His
down
work
at the bottom.
has just
Yes,
begun.
that's it. The symbol on the pillar on the left.
We must be getting close. We should proceed cautious.
We should be careful. There's no telling what traps and wards the ancient blades. Given that Skyhaven Temple was sealed against the return of the Dragonborn, I will try turning all the pillars to that symbol. We'd
Whatever you
best
did,
work here.
let's see what those old blades left in our way.
And I said to the baker, you're not dead, you're a faker. But if that's your wish, I'll oblige. Yes, listener. I will remain in this very spot until you tell me otherwise. Spiders could eat my face off.
Look like pressure.
Faithful Cicero would not move
We'll
an
cross once
inch.
it's safe. Be careful.
Dear Cicero will keep you from harm, sweet mother.
Safely. Let's move.
Close to the entrance.
Off we go! Just to see the cat, I'll feed its corpse to my pet rat.
Wonder. Remarkably well preserved. Here's the blood seal. Another of the lost Akaviri arts. No doubt it's triggered by, well, blood. Your blood, Dragonborn. Look here. You see how the ancient blades revered me in Cyrodiil?
It's coming to life. After you.
Cicero is at your service. Oh. Great and powerful listener.
Look, here is Alduin. This panel goes back to the beginning of time, when Alduin and the Dragon Cult ruled over Skyrim. Here, the humans rebelled against their dragon overlords, the legendary Dragon War. Alduin's defeat is the centerpiece of the war. You see, here is fallen from the sky. The Nord Tongs, masters of the voice, are arrayed against him.
So does it show how they defeated him? Isn't that why we're here?
Patience, my dear. The Akaviri were not a straightforward people. Everything is cast in allegory, mythic symbol. Yes, yes. This here, coming from the mouths of the Nord heroes, this is the Akaviri symbol for shout. But there's no way to know what shout is meant.
You mean they used a shout?
Cicero is at your service.
sure?
Oh, great and
Oh yes,
powerful
presumably
listener.
something rather specific to dragons. Or even Alduin himself. Remember, this is where they recorded all the news of Alduin and his return.
So we're looking for a shout then. Damn it. Have you ever heard of such a thing? A shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky? You're probably right. I was hoping to avoid having to involve them in this, but it seems we have no choice.
One day, you will serve our
If they had their way, you do nothing but sit up on their mountain with them and talk to the sky or whatever it is they do. The Greybeards are so afraid of power that they won't use it. Think about it. Have they tried to stop the Civil War or done anything about Alduin? No. And they're afraid of you, of your power. Trust me, there is no need to be afraid. Think of Tiber Septim. Do you think he'd have founded the Empire if he'd listened to the Greybeards? Only if you don't know how to use it. All the great heroes have had to learn to use their power. Those that shrank from their destiny.
awaits us.
You've never heard of them, have you? And there are the villains, those that misused their power. But if you live in fear of what might go wrong, you'll end up doing nothing. Like, right. Good thing they've already let you into their little cult. Not likely they'd help Esbern or me. We'll look around Skyhaven Temple and see what else the old blades might... Talos guard you.
Look, in the third panel, the prophecy. Have we reached Tamriel in the first place? In search of the dragon.
Shadowmere, my old dear friend.
Wind guide you. Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to? The Blades, of course. They specialize in meddling in matters they barely understand. Their reckless arrogance knows no bounds. They have always sought to turn the Dragonborn from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes?
Lead on, brother.
What I want is irrelevant. This shout was used once before, was it not? And here we are again. Have you considered that Alduin was not meant to be defeated? Those who overthrew him in ancient times only postponed the day of reckoning. They did not stop it. If the world is meant to end,
The dread
so be
Father
it.
works through
Let it end
me,
and be reborn.
and his work has just
No, not
begun.
now. Not until you return to the path of wisdom.
Lostovaki, Strudul, Rockfettinvak, Paarthurnax. All hail the savior
Dragonborn,
of the dark
wait.
brood. All
Forgive me, I
hail
was
the listener.
intemperate. I allowed my emotions to cloud my judgment. Master Einoth reminded me of my duty. The decision whether or not to help you is not mine to make. No, I cannot teach it to you because I do not know it. It is called Dragon Rend, but its words of power are unknown to us. We do not regret this loss. Dragon Rend holds no place within the way of the voice. It was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult.
As does my
Their
blade.
whole lives were consumed with hatred for dragons, and they poured all their anger and hatred into this shout. When you learn a shout, you take it into your very being. In a sense,
One day,
you become the shout.
will serve our
In
great
order to
Father.
learn and use this shout, you will be taking this evil into yourself. Only Paarthurnax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses.
Perhaps
You
we
weren't
should
ready,
find
you
a
still
brutal
aren't ready.
stranger to murder.
But, thanks to the
Practice
blades,
does make
you now have questions that only Paarthurnax can answer. He is our leader. He surpasses us all. He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege. Only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Paarthurnax.
I remember Skyrim from my youth, and the glistening crimson on fields
Dear
of white.
Cicero will keep you from harm, sweet mother, forever and always.
All hail the savior of the Dark Brotherhood. Oh,
Follow me. You have learned so, but there are many. Finding these lost words would be a sufficient test to temper your abilities with experience. Ask when you are ready to search. Sky, guard you.
Break that loot across my knee, and if the Parcher choose to fight, why then I'll set his clothes alight.
lead on, brother.
The path to Paarthurnax lies through this gate. I will show you how to open the way.
Look. There is murder in the air. I can taste it. Cool.
will grant you my understanding of clear skies. This is your final gift from us, Dragonborn. Use it well. Clear skies will blow away the mist, but only for a time. The path to Paarthurnax is perilous, not to be embarked upon lightly. Keep moving, stay focused on your goal, and you will reach the summit.
Dear Cicero will keep you from harm's way. Forever and always.
A speaker for the Black Hand, but you have been there. Listen. Drem Yolok. Greetings, Wundernik. I am Paarthurnax. Who are you? What brings you to my Strulmach, my mountain? They see me as master, Wuth Onik, old and wise. It is true I am old. Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation? Drem. Patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove. By long tradition, the Elder speaks first. Hear my Thum. Feel it in your bones. Match it if you are Dovahkiin. I have spoken. The Rosmulan waits. Understand fire as the Dove do. Show me what you can do. Greet me not as... yes. Sosedo Vlostmul. The dragon blood runs strong in you. It is long since I had the pleasure of speech with one of my own kind. I have expected you, Proda. You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova. No, you seek your weapon against Alduin. Alduin Comet Tid. What else would you seek? Alduin and Dovahkiin return together. But I do not know the Thum you seek. Croesus, it cannot be known to me. Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons. Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend its concepts. Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum? Ruza, as good a reason as any. There are many who feel as you do, although not all. Some would say that all things must end, so that the next can come to pass. Perhaps this world is simply the egg of the next Kalpa? Lean Vokeen? Would you stop the next world from being born? A fair answer. Rofus, maybe you only balance the forces that work to quicken the end of this world. Even we who ride the currents of time cannot see past time's end. Wulsetid los trahodis. Those who try to hasten the end may delay it. Those who work to delay the end may bring it closer. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough, Croesus. Now I will answer your question. Do you know why I live here, at the peak of the Monaven, what you name Throat of the World? This is the most sacred mountain in Skyrim, Sokravakstruma, the great mountain of the world. Here, the ancient tongues, the first mortal masters of the voice, brought Alduin to battle and defeated him. Yes and no. Viknus Nikaron. Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, you would not be here today, seeking to defeat him. The Nords of those days used the Dragonrend shout to cripple Alduin, but this was not enough. Ok Mulag Unslad. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to cast him adrift on the currents of time. Not intentionally. Some hoped he would be gone forever, forever lost. Meye. I knew better. Tidbo Amativ. Time flows ever onward. One day, he would surface. Which is why I have lived here. For thousands of mortal years, I have waited. I knew where he would emerge, but not when. Tid Krent. Time was shattered here because of what the ancient Nords did to Alduin. If you brought that Kell, that Elder Scroll back here to the Tid Ahran, the Time Wound, with the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able to cast yourself back to the other end of the break. You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it. Croesus, no. I know little of what has passed below in the long years I have lived here. You are likely better informed than I. Trust your instincts, Dovahkiin. Your blood will show you the way. So, you have made your way here to me. No easy task for a Jor, mortal. Even for one of Dovahsos, dragon blood. What would you ask of me? Speak. I will listen. Return it here to the Tid Ahran. Then, Kele Vomindok. Nothing is certain with such things. But I believe the scroll's bond with the Tid Ahran will allow you a seeing, a vision of the moment of its creation. Then you will feel no dragon rend in the power of its first expression. You will see them, Wuthfadon, my friends, Haken, Gormlaith, Feldir. The first mortals that I taught the Thum, the first tongues, the leaders of the rebellion against Alduin. They were mighty in their day, even to attempt to defeat Alduin. Sahrot-Hum. The Nords have had many heroes since, but none greater.